Home field advantage. You want to use that in this game. Toronto will try and do so here. Thank you for joining us. Major League Baseball presented by 2K Sports Thursday afternoon game. The fans at Rogers Center getting ready for this afternoon show. Brandon Morrow, he's our starting pitcher. Steve, what's he going to use? What's up in his mind today against this Seattle lineup?
This lineup should not be much of a problem for this righty on the mound today. He has some of the best stuff in the game, one of the elite pitchers. He should be able to go through them easily and retire outs.
Here's the offenses arranged by Eric Wedge. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, Dustin Ackley has a presence of him that he's been around the league for a long time. You have to remember, though, very young player. With the patience at the plate, he can draw a lot of walks. Very good at dropping in hits, getting on base. Not a big power guy, but he will get on base at the top of the order to help score runs.
Ackley is in the batter's box. We await the first pitch. Morrow gets set and delivers. Fly to right. That one's taken care of. Got a chance to check out the Blue Jays defensively around the horn. John, keeping an eye on anyone?
Well, if you want to see a great athlete roaming around in the outfield, keep your eye on Colby Rasmus. Easy strides, doesn't look like he's running hard, doesn't look like he's playing hard, but don't let that fool you. He covers a lot of ground with those strides. He has a great throwing arm from center field, and he's also a very accurate thrower. You love having him on your team.
Pitch on the way. Ball. Takes one off the plate to even the count at 1.
He tried to backdoor that pitch, but left it out and away.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 delivery. A fastball taken for a strike. 1-2.
There's a reason they put the number 1 down when signaling for the fastball. It has to be your number 1 pitch, your best pitch. That's what he saw right there.
Fouled off. And that one gets popped way up behind the plate. And looked for a moment like he had a chance to make that play, but not to be.
Well, even though he's still behind in the count, it's got to give himself a lot of confidence to know that this guy threw one of his best pitches, that strikeout pitch, and he still put it in play to foul it off. Now he's in the pitcher's head.
Oh. 2-2. Curve that misses. 3-2.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
Full count pitch. That swung on and flied to right. That's 2 gone.
Well, this is why you swing the outfielders around to right field. That's where his strength is. That's where he hits it. That's where he did hit it. It's an out.
Seager's in the batter's box. Had him reaching that time. Strike 1.
Well, he threw him that slider right there. Got him to swing a little bit early. Got to be a little more patient with that pitch.
Morrow gets set and delivers. Doesn't get the call on the slider. 1-1. Call fastball. Now the count 1-2.
He let that four-seam fastball go up and in the zone. It's up in his eyes. You can see it well. He just couldn't pull the trigger.
Here's a swing, a fly ball deep down the line and right. That one's grabbed. Side retired. Nothing doing here in this half inning. So it'll be the Toronto. And down on the mound, we'll see Kevin Millwood. He'll be starting this one off for Seattle. Stevie's facing that Toronto line. Back up the middle. Ackley will scoop it up. And that sets down Davis. Take a moment here to look at that lineup for the Blue Jays. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, second base is not typically your power production position, but Kelly Johnson can provide some pop from that position. He's a guy who's a left-handed hitter who looks to just spin on everything and hit the ball out of the ballpark. Not a lot of speed, but when you hit the ball out of the ballpark, you don't need to run too fast.
Got a chance to check out the Mariners and how they line up defensively. Thoughts, John? Anybody standing up?
Well, there are so many things that Franklin Gutierrez is great at. One of the more underrated defensive players in the game. He runs balls down. He's very aggressive. He's not afraid to dive for balls. What I like about him, though, when you watch how balls are hit to his corners when he's playing center field, he is always there, ready to back up, and he doesn't play nonchalant outfield. Very aggressive and hustles all the time.
And Thames is there as he drops back for it and puts it away.
This ball looked good coming off the bat. I thought it would carry a little bit further, but the right fielder able to keep a beat on it, roam back and put it away.
And Edwin Encarnacion standing in. And a swing and a miss on Millwood's delivery. That'll take it to 0-1.
Well, he throws his cut fastball hard, and it has that good movement. He still gets that up in the zone.
Swung on, hit hard by Encarnacion. Goodbye, home run, Blue Jays. That puts them up on the board. And the first run of the ball game. Wow, it comes with a solo home run and a 1-0 lead.
It's all about offense when you're
hit up the middle. Wow, that was close. Right back up the middle. Almost got him. Yeah, with 2 down, they've got a man on board.
A good piece of hitting right there. Didn't try to do too much with it, going right back up the middle.
Might have wanted it in the gap for an extra base, but that's a good hit.
And he didn't drive it to the wall, but a hit's a hit.
And in the batter's box, it's Laurie. First pitch was a strike, 0-1 now. He's picked up 4 hits, 11 lifetime ABs off the Mariners. And that's a ball. Millwood a little bit too far outside with it.
Well, now that he's in the hole and behind, I suspect we're going to see a heater coming in there.
Here's a swing and a broken bat line drive. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. Nice way to get things started. The Toronto Blue Jays are ahead 1-0. Jaso will be at the plate. Morrow gets set and delivers. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Well, he tried to go outside on the outside corner with that fastball right there. Just got a little bit off the plate. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want that hitter to get his arms extended.
One pitch. Missed with a curve. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the block. He doesn't get the call, though, and it's 3-1.
Well, a good pitch right there. He tried to get one in on his hands, but he just missed, though, in off the plate. Great pitch.
Liner towards the hole. Picked up by Johnson. Throw on to first in time. 1 away. 1 down. Here's Jesus Montero.
Well, most people are going to remember about the 2011 season for the Mariners. The month of July. They lost 17 games in a row. The second longest losing streak in the majors in the last 20-plus years.
Before that Mariners losing streak Steve mentioned, they were at 500, 2.5 games out of the division lead. Then they went through that streak. Hit up the middle. Johnson. 2 away. Thames at the plate. Ground ball towards second. Picked up by Johnson. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. Save your arm. Do it by pitching only 8 times in 1 inning, 3 outs. Still a shutout here in Toronto. Rogers Center is our site in Toronto with a marvelous day today weather-wise. And it's Yunel Escobar now. And Thames makes the play. That's 1 away. And it's Kelly Johnson up with 1 away.
Well, after a great 2010 season for Kelly Johnson, you would think that 2011 he would continue to build on those numbers, couldn't get things going, and was eventually traded to the Blue Jays.
That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And Gutierrez gets to it. Sierra in the box now. The pitch from Millwood. First pitch way out of the zone, ball one. Here's the 1-0. This is pop foul to the right side, but playable. And that's out number 3. Well, how about that? Only needed 4 pitches to set down the guys. And if you're just joining our 2K Sports Major League Baseball broadcast with John Kruk and Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. And we've got Smoke coming to the plate. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1. And Mathis calling for the pitch. Brandon Morrow gets that big pitch for a strike, and he's up.
Well, the pitcher's executing his game plan. He knows these hitters. He knows how he wants to pitch them, and now he's locating his pitches in exactly the right spot.
Taps this one foul to the right. Slowly down the third base line and foul.
Well, you have an 0-2 count and that pitcher comes up in the strike zone. You know he's looking for that strikeout. Now you've taken a little bit of confidence away from him with the fact that you can foul that pitch up in the zone off to live to see another day.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
You've got to have better plate discipline than that. With 2 strikes, you need to be defensive and try to make contact. But when you get a fastball, you need to read whether it's a strike or not.
Gutierrez at the plate.
Well, the Blue Jays handled themselves at home at Rogers Center pretty well last year. A 42-39 record overall, but their pitchers didn't love it. They gave up a ton of runs. A hitter's ballpark.
Well, working on the 0-1 count now. Further evidence of what Steve was talking about at the Rogers Center. The Jays allowed 418 runs at home, third most in the majors, John.
Yeah, you don't think of this place as a launching pad like you do in Colorado or Baltimore, but it played like that last year.
And he can't pull the trigger. Franklin Gutierrez strikes out.
K-Cam's going to show us the 4-seam fastball here.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking at a fastball like that.
They set him up beautifully with the change of speed, but you still think he'd be able to at least try and take a hack.
It's Ryan at the plate. Hitting at .344 lifetime against the Blue Jays.
And you know, Gary, a lot of times you just see the other team's jersey and you know you have the confidence that you can hit against them.
Strike started off the at-bat 0-1.
Looks like the hitter's waiting for a pitch that he can get up in the zone to drive a little bit. That's why he went down to the zone with that 4-seamer.
Line drive fouled off towards first. And this is a slider in there called strike 3. That'll do it. So Brandon Morrow's got him 1-2-3. He continues to dominate through 3 innings of work. Now it's time to move on to the home half. Mathis at the plate. Here we go with a little breakdown on the types of pitches that he's throwing on the mound. This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. And Thames is there as he retreats back for it and gets the out. Davis into the batter's box.
Well, speed is the name of the game for Rajai Davis, but it's hard to run when you're on the DL, and that was the main culprit in slowing down Davis in 2011. A lot of time on the shelf.
And he lays one down here. Jaso. And he is safe at first. He's on board. That brings up Colby Rasmus. Well, certainly for Davis, with speed being his #1 weapon, you have to be concerned about the impact of a torn hamstring that shut him down.
Yeah, and that's if his game's built on speed, that's the last injury you would like to have is have hamstring issues that can hinder you throughout your career. I still think, though, he's capable of stealing 50 bases this season.
And that'll put Rasmus on first. Toronto, here's a position to get something done.
This is why strike one is so important. When you fall behind in the count as a pitcher, you have to come back in and you have to throw the fastball. Hitters are waiting for it. Base hit to right.
And it's Edwin Encarnacion now. Homered back in the first inning. That one swung on, hit in the air deep to left field. 2 away. Davis headed for third. They apply the tag. He is out at third. Kevin Millwood on his way off. He's held the offense to just 1 run through 3 innings. And so Dustin Ackley leading it off.
I mean, Morrow just overpowered this lineup. He absolutely overpowered him, Gary.
Take a look at this first pitch delivered and see how he's doing.
Well, what does an 0-1 count do for you? Well, in this...
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. 1 away.
He's retired 10 in a row. The hitters are completely overmatched right now. He's got it all going on.
It's going to be Saunders. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1.
Now, Gary, they're going through the lineup the second time around right here. They don't have any hits, so they've really got to start thinking about what are they doing at the plate and should they be more aggressive right now.
Brandon Morrow gets that big pitch for a strike, and he's up.
Well, as a hitter, when a guy has a good fastball, you think you have to swing a lot harder to try to catch up with it. You really don't, but he did right there, and that's why he blew it past him.
You're out. Swung on, missed, curveball, struck him out, 2 down.
He chases the breaking ball for strike 3 right there. You got to lay off.
Seager's in the batter's box. And, you know, any great pitching coach will emphasize the importance of mixing up your pitch types. Let's see how this guy's been doing in that regard.
Well, you know, guys, he's definitely leaning towards that slider a little more than he usually does.
1-0 on the way. Really trying to drive that thing, but he missed it. 1-1. There's a swing towards the hole. And there's Laurie, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out. And Lynn's batting. First AB of the game, he got a base hit that came off Millwood.
And on that 2-seam fastball, he's not alone. These guys are turning on that 2-seamer today, and he's getting it up a little in the zone.
Able to make the grab on that one. 1 out. 1 away, and here is Brett Laurie.
Well, Brett Laurie was called up last year, and he was a big part of the Blue Jays offense. Stepped right into the lineup and didn't miss a beat.
Swung out and put in play. That one towards Saunders. The catch, and he has it for the 2nd out. And Escobar settles in. First pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss on Millwood's delivery. That'll take it to 0-1.
Well, this is exactly the situation where he's going to pull the curveball out. This guy really struggles with it when he's behind.
1-1. And Escobar looks at that one for a ball to even up the count.
Well, going with the cut fastball in the inside corner here. He tries to bust him in on the hands, but the ball runs back, just misses the corner.
There's a hard comebacker right through the center. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And a good half. Jaso will be at the plate. Well, so much has been working for this man on the mound today. Effective using the pitches that are outside the strike zone. He has been fooling hitters.
Well, he's been very effective today, and you look at the performance, he's generating strikes with pitches out of the zone, getting the hitters to chase.
Oh, absolutely, Steven. You know, you want to try to expand the strike zone. You start in the strike zone early and then try to make him chase. That's what he's had these hitters doing all game.
Morrow gets set and delivers. Slider, that's taken. Strike 3, 1 away.
That's a lot of movement there for a pitch at 87 miles per hour.
That pitch certainly not lacking movement, John.
Well, it's a controlled movement, and that's why he's able to throw it so effectively to catch guys looking like he did in that at-bat.
1 down. Here's Jesus Montero.
Well, one of the most highly talked about stories last year was when is Jesus Montero going to get the call up to the big leagues?
0-1 count as that started off with a strike. When Montero finally did make it to the big leagues, his teammates were genuinely excited about his arrival, and his production made them even more excited.
No question about that. They DH'd him for the most part down the stretch. They're not sure defensively if he's going to be a catcher, but I know this. Somehow, some way, they're going to find a way to get that bat in the lineup.
Line shot into center field. 2 down. Still, no one has been able to reach base, and we're in the 5th.
You know, I love watching them this next time through the lineup. The adjustments he's making, the hitters just can't figure them out.
Thames at the plate. Grounded out his last time through. Now the first pitch. Really lets it rip on that one, but starts off with a strike.
You know, I know we're not supposed to say anything about no hitters, so I would never say anything about that, Gary. But
don't worry.
You know, I don't think they have any hits here. We're, moving through the middle part of the ballgame.
Brandon Morrow gets that big pitch for a strike, and he's out. Well, it's truly been a tremendous day on the mound for this man. Here's a breakdown of how he's been mixing up his locations, using that to his advantage.
Well, he's had a great rhythm going in this game today. Not afraid to move the ball around and pitch aggressively in the zone.
Now, and he's faced the minimum number of hitters.
You know, more than halfway through this game, and nobody doing anything at all against him. They can't figure him out.
Seattle's still hoping to put something up. And Kelly Johnson to bat. And a strike to start the 5th. We've got an 0-1 count.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
This is a one-hopper off the wall. Stops at second. 2-bagger.
Well, great hitters get hits at just the right time. And this double right here with no one down is a nice leadoff hit to get the offense rolling early here in this inning.
Sierra up now. Popped out. Foul ground last time around. Mathis at the plate. Last time up, flew out. Johnson at second. Well, there is one down here. You got a man on second base. Going to give up the pass. Maybe try for 2.
A hit here scores the man on second, so obviously they're going to look for the double play.
Davis into the batter's box. And here's a quick summary of how this guy's mixing up his pitches. How's he doing?
And what I've been noticing, guys, it seems like to me he's overusing his four-seamer.
You know, another interesting thing here, guys, is that he's not utilizing his very best.
He sends this one in the air towards center. And in there, he's 2 for 3 today. And Johnson scores.
0-1 mistake right here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
Colby's going to get an RBI chance. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look. And he tries to get one down. Up with it. Throws to first. He's retired. That's 2 down.
Well, that's some bunt right there. Moving up the base runners. Good execution, Gary.
That puts a couple in position to come across the plate. You talk about getting something done that matters. That's the case right there.
Now they're looking for the big hit.
And it's Edwin Encarnacion now. Homered back in the first inning. So, key moments in a ball game come and go. This one's here, and so's Adam Lind.
I love watching Adam Lind, Gary. This guy can do it all with the bat in his hand. Really doesn't have a position, but what he does, though, is hit the baseball with power to all fields. Look for him to go deep in this one.
See if he's getting balls or strikes here. Let's take a look.
Well, Gary, now take a look at what's happened when he goes 1-0 in the count. He falls behind. He's given up a home run and a couple of hits, and, I mean, they're just teeing off on him.
And Thames is there. And he's there to retire the side. So they score 1 run, 2 hits, leave 3 on. Blue Jays out in front by 2. And welcome to those of you just tuning in. 2K Sports, Major League Baseball. This is Gary Thorne along with Steve Phillips and John Crook. And we've got Smoke coming to the plate. Curveball misses badly, 1-0.
Now, Gary, as we move through the middle part of this ball game right now, they just cannot mount any offense at all. No hits. And I'll tell you what, this pitcher is just shutting them down.
Now Mathis positions himself. He looks at that fastball. Called strike. 2-1. Well, when you put a game together like we've seen here from this pitcher, it only comes with throwing a lot of quality strikes. Here's how he's getting it done.
Well, it's working for him. He's had an effective approach against both righties and lefties, using the edges of the plate to pick up strikes.
And he's avoiding the middle third of the plate, keeping the ball away, painting that outside corner, showing tremendous control.
Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, 1 down. I'll tell you something, Steve. He keeps pitching like this, the murmurs are going to start.
Well, you can hear the chatter in the stands right now. People starting to recognize a lot of zeros up on that scoreboard. Well, it's a luxury for the manager having a lefty coming off the bench like this guy. They go to him here, hoping it's the right move against the right-handed pitcher.
Ground ball to short, and Escobar picks it up. On to first, that's out number 2.
But Gary, he just keeps stretching this hitless streak even further. We're talking about 17 hitters retired in a row.
It's Ryan at the plate. And here's the first one. And it's fouled off. Morrow gets set and delivers. Low for a ball, 1-1. A swing and a foul off to the right side. The 1-2 on its way. Slider tough to lay off, and it's 2-2. Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. Outside for a ball, and it's full. 3-2.
When you throw a breaking ball like this, you want to start it on the corner and break it off the zone, trying to get the hitter to chase. The hitter didn't take the bait here.
You're out. Strike 3. Second trip through the order now, and nobody's been able to find a way to get one where they ain't.
Third trip through, and the hitters still have not figured out his sequence of pitches.
Through 6 innings now, they remain hitless. We've still got the shutout here at Rogers Center. Brett Lawrie leading it off. And Millwood has him 0-1 with that a called strike.
Now, guys, looking at the numbers on his pitch tendencies, I think he's going to come back with a fastball right here.
Swung out and put in play. That one towards Saunders. That's 1 down. And Escobar settles in.
Well, things turned around for Yunel Escobar when he left the Braves for the Jays in 2010, and he kept things going with a solid 2011 effort.
To the left side. 2-men have been put away.
Well, nice play by the third baseman, been able to get over, get in front of the ball, and make the throw across the field. Well done.
2 outs, and to the batter's box, Kelly Johnson. He doubled and later scored in his last go-around. Set bat underway, 1-0 after that first pitch missed.
Well, that 2-seam fastball has to be thrown down in the zone. You throw it up, it flattens out, and you can get hurt.
That's a ball. Millwood misses. He swings and drives this one. And that one's put away to retire the side. No scoring. And so Dustin Ackley leading it off. Flew out last time. The first pitch. There's contact. He drove it well. This one to Rasmus. He comes up with it easily here.
Well, I still have plenty of chances to try to get to him, but right now it doesn't look like anybody's been able to try to even do anything against him so far.
It's going to be Saunders. Struck out swinging his last time up. Morrow gets set and delivers. Really tries to lay into that first pitch, but he misses 0-1.
Well, I don't know about you, Gary, but when I look up the board under that H column, the hits column, I see a big goose egg there. So clearly we're getting into exciting territory right now.
Missed with the fastball outside, and it's even at 1. Nothing yet for him. 2 at bats, still no hits against Morrow.
Well, as a pitcher, I'm going back to that curve because he looked completely overmatched on it. I got the strikeout on it. I may start him off right here with it.
Well, so far in this one, it has been his bread and butter pitch. Each and every time he shows it to a hitter, they have no idea what to do with it. You got to keep going with it until something changes.
He swings, hits a ball to right field. Play is made.
Well, he has great stuff. There's no question about that. And every time he takes the mound, he's got a shot at something like this special happening. This may be the day that it comes to fruition.
Seager's in the batter's box. Lined out last time up. And that's in there for a strike.
Well, the hitter must have thought that was either going to go too far out of the zone or too high. He takes the pitch, but it's a strike.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's Morrow. Here's a slider that misses. 1-1.
Good spot there, just down a little bit out of the zone. Tried to get him to chase. He wouldn't go for it.
Can't make contact on that fastball. 1-2. One-two pitch coming. Struck him out to retire the side, and now through 7 innings, he has not allowed a hit.
But you keep wondering if sooner or later he's going to run out of gas.
Continue to have problems at the plate. That's 7 hitless innings now. Toronto's in charge here. Sierra is batting. He's going to get things going here. Home half, 7th inning. And Thames is there. And he gets to it and puts it away.
Just got fooled a little bit at the plate. Got underneath it. Lost just a routine fly to the right field.
Mathis at the plate. Walked in his last plate appearance. First pitch on the way. Oh, and that one runs in and hit him.
You'll take one for the team, but sometimes it's going to leave a mark, and that's definitely going to. The fastball can hurt.
Davis into the batter's box.
Gary, we've seen that guy get hit with a pitch. I mean, sometimes, listen, as a pitcher, you just lose the grip on the ball. It doesn't come out of your hand the right way. You end up hitting somebody.
And he starts him out. Catcher gets a hold of that one in the dirt. And the question after you've hit a batter like we've seen here, Steve, is as a pitcher getting your focus back.
Yeah, but listen, it's only one runner on. Take a deep breath, get yourself back and settle down a little bit and make sure you're right.
The pitch from Millwood. And Davis lets it go outside for a ball. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball by Davis. He's up with it. The second for 1. And they get it. They turn 2. Good defensive half inning there. No hits allowed. And the Mariners coming up next. Jaso will be at the plate. Looking to do a little better this time. He got called out on strikes against Morrow.
He just locked up on that slider, called for a 3rd strike, went walking back to the dugout, shaking his head. He must have been looking for something different.
And if I'm the pitcher, I'm going right back to that pitch until he proves he can drive it.
Now the 1-0 pitch. 1-0 pitch is a fastball high, 2-0.
No runs, no hits. Deep into this ball game, Gary, and obviously he is pitching a gem of a game.
Slider just missed. He runs that to a 3-0 count.
He tried to backdoor that pitch, but left it out and away.
Here it comes, 3-0. 3-1. Gets that fastball, can't make contact, 3-1.
Well, that fastball right there, he just blew it by him.
Now the 3-1 pitch.
3-2.
That fastball is in there. He lays off it. Now it's 3-2.
Well, the pitcher going for that hole, and most hitters swing up and in. He found that strike zone with a 4-seam fastball, and he couldn't get to it.
Struck him out. 5 outs away from this piece of history.
Well, another big strikeout for him there, and I tell you what, manhandling this lineup on his way to what we think could be a perfect game. 5 outs away.
And we've got Montero batting. Last time up, flew out. First pitch inside with a fastball, ball 1. Here's Morrow with a 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a smash. This one to Rasmus. Didn't have a problem getting over there in time.
Gary, I tell you what, that's some solid pitching out there right now. He's got everything working for him. He looks like he's in complete and total control right now. They are off balance the entire game.
Thames at the plate. 0 for 2 thus far. Lowry's there. Throws to first, side is retired.
Now he's about to come out in the most intense situation he's probably ever been in before. You're going out to the 9th inning. You got a chance to get that perfect game. I'll tell you what, a lot of pressure on him.
It's Rasmus at the plate. He'll start things off, bottom half, 8th inning. And starts him out here. He swings now and really hit that. One away. And it's Edwin Encarnacion at the plate. Homered back in the first inning. And that's a ball. Millwood a little bit too far outside with it.
Well, you want to start this pitch outside. The curveball is better when it's away from the hitter to break out of the zone, but it never had a chance of being a strike.
Oh, did Encarnacion get that one? Out of here, a home run. The 2-run lead is turned into a 3-run ball game after that solo shot and a great swing.
All right, now Toronto's got to be pretty darn happy with their offensive approach.
The deep right center. Bounces up against the wall.
Well, a great piece of work right there to get that double and put himself in scoring position. He got a fastball and took a good rip at it. Nice, short, compact swing.
Now, a fly ball. That's the second out of the inning.
He has to come in on this one and make the running catch. They had enough time to get under it and put it away.
So Yunel Escobar is batting. The pressure still on the mound. The scoring opportunities continue.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss on Millwood's delivery. That'll take it to 0-1.
Well, that two-seam fastball down and away. It's awfully tough to center that ball and make solid contact. That time he couldn't even make any contact.
Swung on line to right center field. And it's through. Base hit for Escobar. And here's Lind heading home. And the run gets in. 0-2 count. So you protect the pitch that's up. It's a little easier to do that.
Absolutely. You can fight it off, punch it over the infielder's head. That time, solid piece of hitting.
Runner on here for Kelly Johnson. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup, just stay in charge. Right now they are.
Offense coming to life late here, tacking on additional insurance runs, taking the pressure off the pitcher.
And Thames is there. And that's the third out. That'll do it. Well, they add a couple more runs here and extend their lead even further. It's the Blue Jays by 4. And we've got Smoke coming to the plate. So far in the game, he has struck out twice against Morrow.
He struck out last time with a...
There's a swing and a drive, deep right field, as he drops back for it and puts it away. 1 out here in the 9th inning, and perfection is within reach.
He is so close to it. He can taste it right now, but you know the players behind him feeling the pressure. They need to make the play to get the perfect game.
Pagaro at the plate. He bounced out his last time. The 1-0 now. Fastball just misses, and he falls behind 2-0.
Gary, in the 9th inning, has not given up a hit in this one, so we may be looking at some history for him personally and for his club.
2-1.
Yeah, the count in his favor. Couldn't connect it. It's 2-1.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
Strike 2.
2-1 pitch is a slider, taken for a call, strike 2.
Well, the backdoor breaking ball right there. They set up a way and executed the pitch perfectly.
Line drive. That's foul towards first. Slider misses, takes the count full.
A pitch like that just locks the hitter up when it's in on the hands.
And on a full count, struck him out. We are that close. He is 1 out away from perfection.
Hey, Gary, you can feel the energy in this crowd. It just doesn't matter who you're cheering for. Everybody knows they're witnessing baseball history being made.
It's Ryan at the plate. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. Morrow gets set and delivers. Swung on grounder. This might be it. He's out, and there it is. He did it. A perfect game.
One of the hardest feats to accomplish in baseball or in sports in general. An unbelievable effort. Perfect stuff on a perfect day. Well, they win a great one here today, Gary, and it's all because of the pitching. Outstanding pitching, really leading them to victory.
And we take a look at a performance that today earned our Player of the Game award. Today's performance that we recognize, Brandon Morrow.
Well, you know, they don't call it a perfect game for nothing. This is something that this young man will remember for the rest of his life. And everyone who's here has to have a feeling that they just witnessed some sort of history. And I know, never playing in one in my career, a perfect game, I'm thankful I got to see this one.
And we witnessed a pitcher who has put himself in the record book, an incredible, perfect game.
I mean, you see history made here with this kind of performance from this guy, an outstanding effort, and they get the win as a team as well to move forward.
Well, that time again, thanks for being with us today, Major League Baseball. For Steve Phillips, John Kruk, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody.